The way of nature is like a cup. When the cup is full, then the bud is full of poop. But when the cup is empty, then there is no more poop in the bud. Thus, the way of nature is made fulfilled. So has spoken the sage who lives on the mountaintop. Welcome back to Kenshi. Today, we're returning to the tale of the life of Steely Dan. Yes, Steely Dan! Everyone's favorite skeleton. He steals things. We've already maxed out his thievery and his toughness in several horrible game-breaking exploits. But today, we undertake the way of nature, emptying ourselves of negative ideation, mainly through physical labor. That is to say, so get out your headband, because now it's time to practice the art of ninja discipline. Okay, so let's meet Steely Dan once again, our protagonist. He started off with nothing, and he was nothing to begin with. But after training in the ninja arts of deception and strength, he has reached thievery level 90, toughness level 94. We even have strength level 75, dexterity 91, heavy weapons 86, melee defense 88. Your boy has unlocked many of his ninja powers, except we still have -2. Yes, that's right, -2 martial arts. So we still have some areas to round out, as our skills are severely lopsided. That being said, the very first thing we're gonna have to go do is, of course, manual labor. Yes, that's right, manual labor. I've been standing here now, it's a little bit of time has passed. I've found an iron node underneath the ninja village, and here I am, fighting wild animals to death as they attempt to divert me from the important task of mining out iron ingots and placing them in my backpack, for I need a very heavy backpack for what is to come next. Now, I may have been born with neither ninjutsu nor genjutsu. I'm just a loser who was born with only taijutsu. But through the use of these leg weights and my good work ethic and ninja discipline, I will become stronger. Alright, we're just finishing up here with all of these dead animals around me. It's been about 2 full days of just standing here in the dark, alone, and mining out iron from the node. And now it is time for us to make a long and very slow trip up toward the next place of our exploitation, of our training, that is to say. Alright, we're about halfway there between spring and the Crablands, where we are going to embark on the next part of our journey. It's been 3 days, and I can, even with my incredible superhuman strength of, well, it's actually maybe not superhuman, but still very strong at 76, I am able to walk at only this speed, which is 4 miles per hour. Not particularly fast. Hey, stop! Fortunately, I am more than capable of defending myself and exerting lethal force on the beak things that will harass me through my strength training. But after this, we can get to the place where we're going to do the thing, of course. We are almost at the crab pups. This is another exploit by my YouTuber friend Frankie was here, whose channel you can go check out. It's going to be listed in the description. A brilliant exploiter of Kenshi, and I get most of my tips and tricks from him. Okay, we have arrived at Howler Maze, which is this small peninsula over here on the northeast coast in Kenshi. Let's put away our weapon here, and let's just dump these off, because we need a very heavy inventory for what is to occur next. I just need to reorganize some things. Okay, our inventory is now very full, and we have nothing in our hands. Steely Dan, just let's unpause time, and look how weak Steely Dan is right now. Well, why is that? Normally he was so strong before when we last met him. Well, his martial arts skill is a terrible -5. Which is pretty bad. It's not really -5. It's in actuality, it's still -2, which is pretty bad. But due to our over-encumbrance and this armor that we're wearing, the samurai armor, we have negative martial arts bonus of -10 right there, which is pretty bad. And in Kenshi, when you have a lower level than your opponent in whatever their respective stat is, you generally train faster. So these crab babies, they are supplying us with incredible experience for every hit we get. So right now we are at level -1. We have already improved a bit, but by the time I get to use yet another punch, I will improve yet more. Okay, I've spent a little bit of time doing some crab training with Stealy Dan. This is his first move, Bad Punch. This is the level 1 martial arts move. He's unlocked Kick Low now, which he's fighting against only one crab, but come on, Stealy Dan, after you just get hit a few more times, you can use your... Oh, he almost tried to dodge right there. Look at him go. There's Bad Punch again. Now, he just used Kick Low. He can actually hit multiple enemies at a time, and his martial arts is just zooming upward level by level. Level 5, Kick Low. Okay, it's been a few minutes. We have continued our quest around the island. We are about to reach martial arts level 15. Our effective level right here is -1 still from all of our gear. Here we go. So he's still using Bad Punch a little bit, but now he has hit level 15, so he should be using his Show Tai, his straight palm strike in a moment. Come on, Steely Dan, you got it in you, man. There it is, his Show Tai. So cool. Okay, we've run out of crabs at one location and we're now at another nest, and Steely Dan is just about at level 25 in a moment, and he will unlock his double strike next. Oh, look at all of these crabs. They keep coming back just in random places. Okay, Steely Dan, show us your double strike, sir. Double strike. He was about to get a double strike right there. Double strike. Ooh, he just unlocked his jump kick! Ooh, that was level 30. He's got his jump kick now. Yes, Steely Dan flying through the air. I may have neither ninjutsu nor genjutsu, but if I work hard enough on my taijutsu, I can still become a powerful and honorable ninja. Yes, Steely Dan is now combining martial arts moves. Look at him go, flying through the air, double striking. Every 5 levels or so, he keeps unlocking a new move. Let's go to the next one. I'm just taking off his backpack and stuff for demonstration purposes. There was another flying kick. That is a double palm mid. That's his new move at level 35. Okay, the next move, I think that was it. That was level 45. That was his mega kick. Come, crabs. Oh, no, they are basic. It's like repellent. Crabs. Crabs do not go indoors. Oh well, come on, Steely Dan, show us your mega kick, man. Oh well, I guess he's just gonna keep doing low-level moves. Okay, we've got one more nest here. Let's just continue taking everything off for demonstration purposes. See, look how high up his martial arts level goes when he takes that off. Now, 59. He has unlocked Jump Knee Strike now, which was level... There it was! It was just there! Jump Knee Strike, he goes flying through the air like a crazy person. That was his mega kick, too. Very cool, Steely Dan. Your moves, despite your floating backpack, are amazing nonetheless. There is another flying knee strike. It looks uncontrollable and deadly, maybe even to the user. It's like opening up the 6th inner gate. Alright, that is the last of our martial arts moves. I'm just gonna improve my level by looking for a couple more crab nests here, but Steely Dan has unlocked every martial arts technique in the game. There are a total of, well, there's Bad Punch at level 1, Kick Low at level 5, the Show Tai at level 15, Double Strike at 25, Jump Kick at 30, Double Punch Mid at 35, Mega Kick at 45, and 55 is Jump Knee Strike. I believe there's also Headbutt, but we don't have that. There's another Mega Kick, extremely powerful. So there's around 8 martial arts moves in the game. He has now mastered every technique, but he's still not doing full damage, you know? We need to get that martial arts skill up. This is at only level 59. We can easily get a little bit higher up just here with the crabs in the day. I'm briefly summarizing what Frankie said. Go watch his video if you want better information on it. Basically, the reason why the crabs work well for training is because they are governed based on their adult level, but because these are baby crabs, it's kind of like facing against higher level enemies which aren't as difficult to deal with. Like, I've encountered a couple of adult crabs here, and it is not a fun fight, but I think that's about it. Let's just go ahead and farm the last few levels, and then Steely Dan will be... Oh, and let's pick up our training gear again, so that I can actually gain the levels like a normal person, and we will be on our merry way. Okay, we've got back on our training gear. We are now at martial arts level 72 after a couple days of training here. It's a relatively short period of time, so martial arts 1 to around 73, 74 74, maybe even 75 well, it took me a couple of days, but I was also carrying a very heavy load from place to place. Now, most of the training didn't look as cool as I showed it before because we've mostly just been training in our heavy armor as well as holding a lot of heavy crap. But he doesn't really take so much damage in this armor, so that's one of the positive sides. He can continue training for a while, and anytime he does get a hit in, he just gains a ton of experience. Look at how much experience he's gaining, all the multi-hits. So this is the main reason why training martial arts here is so very OP, and you should try it for yourself. Now, that being said, we did level up in a lot of other areas, so that may have been somewhat to my detriment here, because we probably could have trained a little bit more efficiently, but I'm trying to level him up in pretty much every single skill area. So now, even if his weapon gets taken away, even if he loses his ninjutsu, his genjutsu, well, he still has, of course, his taijutsu, his martial arts left to lean and rely upon as a viable alternative. Steely Dan, you are currently sitting inside of a rock, though. I think we need to get you out of there. I will finish off the training, and then we will meet back up. Okay, after extensive masochism, I have mastered the art of taijutsu, so that even though I was born an idiot without either ninjutsu or genjutsu, fortunately was able to train up my taijutsu, and now I am able to do things like this. Look at all of the damage I inflict on the crab. Oh my gosh, Steely Dan, you are so cool! Yes, even though I was cursed on the day of my birth with neither ninjutsu nor genjutsu, I was able to master the art of martial arts, now at level 80, and I am inflicting around 400 for a single hit. I am crazy powerful. Where are my clothes? Let me go ahead and grab some of my gear. So, Steely Dan has now mastered the Jinchuriki arc and mastered the art of ninja discipline, so maybe the next thing we want to do is make him into a real ninja. So he does have this martial arts ability, but what is a ninja if he can't run with his hands behind him? Still, when we walk around in sneak mode, we're walking like just a regular guy. We need to maintain our speed, so now that we've mastered the martial arts, we're going to the next assignment. Where might that be, you ask? Of course, a good question. We are off to Skinner's Room once I find my clothing. Okay, it's been a couple of days of running, and here we find ourselves in Skinner's Room. This has been quite the search, but there is one group of NPCs we are looking for around here. This is the 40 Hungry Bandits mob event, which occurs here from time to time. So we are going to, in all of our horrible gear, and it doesn't really make a big difference here, but we are going to go into Sneak Boy mode. Well, actually, before we do that, we need to aggro them in order to get the XP gain. So what we're gonna do, we don't want to do this with the leader, otherwise, well, they're all following the leader, so goofy things will happen, but we will do this to just one of them, just aggro him in order to gain the hostility of the group. You are like my sacrificial lamb. Oh no, they didn't notice that, actually. We have to do it to another one. Okay, never mind, they did see me. Steely Dan, run away. The next thing is quite crazy, Steely Dan, so let's just get you away from this mob. Okay, so they have lost their aggro. Next, we enter sneak mode. So now that the bandits are hostile to us, we will gain stealth experience from them. Look at how quickly we are gaining stealth experience here, just for standing near them. One level, another level, another level, another level. This is so fast. We just have to stay right nearby them, and we are farming levels like cake. This is crazy. We just went from level 8 to level 25 in a matter of seconds. So we just keep doing this. We just continue doing this in all of our terrible gear, because we are being stealthy near so many NPCs. We gain XP at such a fast rate. Not really too much else you have to do with this. I mean, I still gain it. Look, even if I take off all of my stuff, of course, that is going to improve my stealth effect, but that doesn't really make as big a difference here, because just look at this. Oh, look, I'm starting to run like Naruto. I'm improving. Actually, you know what? I think we were better off with the worst gear on to decrease our stealth, but still, this is the effect. The desired effect. I am running like Naruto. Look at me go. Okay, I've been tailing these hungry bandits for just a few minutes, and now we have started to reach stealth level 94. This is actually quite easy to do. It's just the last couple of levels from 95 to 99 that are going to take a very long time. Essentially, 98 to 99 takes as long as the last 97 levels combined, so we will get around to 99 or 100 and then stop there. This one is fairly easy to do, though. You can do it in just one in-game day. And And when we do this properly, now we can take off, well, I'll just demonstrate again for a second by taking off all of my clothes. Why does this always happen? Well, I just love it, of course. We can now run with no movement penalty. Look at me go, running like a real chunin. Here I go. Awesome. Of course, this does make me run faster, doesn't it? Absolutely, it must. How fast am I running, just to prove this to you? Okay, we are at 23 miles per hour, but when I go out of sneak mode, still 23 miles per hour. Look at me go. It arguably, does it make you run faster? Well, it doesn't make you run not faster, does it? Steely Dan, go Steely Dan. Now, Steely Dan has come so far. He has mastered the art of stealth, and as well as many other areas of expertise. So we can start to combine these, but before we do, we need to get our martial arts even better. I still think 80 is good, but we can go a little bit further here. I'm going to challenge the greatest combatant, or one of the greatest combatants in the entire Kenshi universe, to a duel. And for this, we will need 95 martial arts. So begin the Jonin training arc of Steely Dan. Now at day 80, I'm going to get beat up by crabs again. It's not very original, but oh well, too bad. If you have crabs, you are destined to be trained in martial arts. That is the only ninja way. Go, Steely Dan, go. It's been 12 days of walking around on an island and fighting every crab I see while carrying they're my leg weights. I haven't even dropped off my leg weights. Yes, that's right. My taijutsu has been trained thanks to these leg weights. And now I have reached martial arts level 95. I'm about to hit 95. And I will be ready to challenge the greatest of ninja combatants. So here we begin. Yes, I have completed my training. I'm at 99% and level 94 martial arts. Come on, Steely Dan. Just get hit a few more times. Well, that's training his dodge, but there he goes, yes. Wait, I spoke too soon. Come on, Steely Dan. Yes, 95 martial arts. Okay, Steely Dan, put everything down. Show the people what you can do. Take off everything. Come on, Steely Dan. Look at him go flying through the air like a graceful swan. Oh, yes. Yes, Steely Dan. Look, there was his mega kick for 463 damage. Look at this guy go. Oh, so much serotonin is being released from my brain right now. Yes, Steely Dan. Okay, let's put him into fast motion there, because the rest of the training is quite irrelevant at this point. I've wiped out the crab nests. At last, Steely Dan. Okay, the time has come. I temporarily erected this outpost over here. Erected. Well, it's not what you think. It's just my house, of course. You know what, Steely Dan? Go into full ninja mode. You could still run just as fast now that you've mastered the art of sneakery. Steely Dan. Alright, now that Steely Dan has arrived back at his small hut, I have dropped off my backpack full of iron, because I'm tired of remining out an entire backpack full of iron every time I want to train my strength up, and I'm bound to need it again at some point. I have some basic building materials, and to be totally honest with you, we should probably put away his armor as well. Let's put that away. Now I am just in my purest naked physical form, but since I am a skeleton, you do not have to avert your eyes, for every part of me is too beautiful for words. It's time to make our way down southwest on the map. So Steely Dan goes full Naruto mode. Yes, he loves going Naruto mode. And make our way down. Dan, Steely Dan. Who is that guy? There's just a guy with... He's missing a leg. You wish you were as powerful as Steely Dan, but you have no honor. Alright, this is quite wild. I have managed to just wander my way past the giant skin spiders here. I forgot that I accidentally made them larger in the game's settings, but it's totally fine. Nothing to fear for Steely Dan. Oh, whoops, I totally lied right there. Well, I'll just lose these ones for now. Let's go sneak mode, Steely Dan. Lose those ones. See, they forgot about me in only a matter of seconds. Now that we will enter the lair of the Bug Master. Oh, we actually do have to fight some of these again. Very well, they are no match for Steely Dan. Look at all the martial arts I have trained in, and I'm also indoors, which is granting a bonus to my martial arts skill, giving me +8 indoors, so I am even more powerful than I originally would be indoors. They're actually dealing a lot of damage to you. Now keep in mind, I have made these skin spiders even larger than they are naturally supposed to be in the game settings, like I said, so they are even more horrifying than they usually are, but this should be totally fine for Steely Dan. How are you doing, Dan? Get back inside, and you may actually get knocked out here, Steely Dan, but it's totally fine. It'll just be another 80 seconds or so, and you are not actually edible because you are a robot, let's not forget, so we will just let Steely Dan get teabagged there. Oh, this is so disrespectful of you. How could you do this? Please stop teabagging me. I at least deserve a chance. I will attempt to get up and repair myself. Okay, apparently not. Never mind. We'll just wait for them to stop teabagging me. Okay, I'll need like 5 more minutes. I have one Orochimaru arm. Okay, just ignore that. I will heal that in a moment with my masterful medical skills. For I've mastered many jutsus, and I am capable of healing myself, even in a combat situation, without the use of my arms. Here we go. Okay, I'll need another minute or 2. Haha! You may as well stop calling me Steely Dan and call me Healy Dan instead, since I am so good at rejuvenating myself. Haha! I am much better now. Why was he having... I guess because there are so many enemies. Normally he wouldn't have such a hard time with these skin spiders, but there were quite a lot of them in there, defending the Bug Master. Okay, the next one is the real challenge here. So now that we have taken out the very powerful bodyguards, we are heading upstairs to none other than the Bug Master himself, which is... he is quite a terrifying NPC. He's just a man who's jacked. And he always has a different looking face. And he's staring at a chest which is full of human teeth, which we'll get a look at in a second, but first off we're going to have to fight him, so let's just walk up behind him. Let's see, can we actually assassinate him? No, he's too perceptive in order to just get assassination punched, but we should be able to get a hit on him. He is quite a good enemy though, but he's with Saber and I am using martial arts. Yes, oh, 69. I would hit the Bug Master for 69 damage. Again for 69! I am so powerful now that I have completed my... Holy cow, he beat him that fast? My ninja training arc is completed. I used my Rasengan to take down the Bug Master. Let's take his saber. We will just... Oh, actually, he may have very good martial arts indoors. Let me... No, you know what? You could keep your pants, Bug Master. I will pick you up, though. There is quite a good loot to be had for you. So, his chest contains the Bug Master's map. It's a map pointing to a certain location in the Ashlands. Blah, blah, blah. The Bug Master is a crazy person. Bug Master was training himself in preparation to go here and kill someone. Oh, he was actually going to take down Catlon. Never mind. And then there's an entire chest full of human teeth. So we'll just not ask too many questions and leave that there. And I have slain the Bug Master. So we've been using up money at a very fast rate throughout this campaign. Actually a rather breathtaking rate. Steely Dan, no, please don't knock me out. I'm Steely Dan. I have so much more to live for than you do. Alright, Steely Dan now has kidnapped the Bug Master. We are going to AdMag to turn him into the police, of course. Go, Steely Dan. Yes, that's perfectly fine, Steely Dan. Just bring him underneath the water. Hang on a second, actually, get right back up here, Steely Dan. Heal your own wounds. Nope, get in the water, Steely Dan. Get in the water. Oh god, the skin spider is after me. Not a problem for Steely Dan, of course. Not a problem at all. It's his theme song. Steely Dan, there he goes. Okay, we have arrived at AdMag. This is the Shek capital city, and the most powerful Sheks are here. The 4, what's their name? Clap, clap, clap. Kral himself would marvel at the... Now, it is difficult to obtain the respect of the Sheks They are in marvel that I have done this. What is this? They nudge at the Bugmaster's limp body and look at you, bemused. Don't know what all the fuss was about. Hand over the bounty. Their eyes widen as they give you a stern nod. Honorkin. Ooh, I am Honorkin now. Take him up to Bayan at HQ. Alright, so this is another Shek. Right, we will head into the Shek building. I have done this quest once before, so I know how honorific it is. So all the Sheks will look at us in fear and awe, for I am more powerful. Yeah, there we go. Is that the Bugmaster? Alright, let's see. This is Bayan. The Bugmaster, hundreds of years, and he didn't look 100, but he's finally been slain. Call it my trophy. Actually, I will get the bounty because he's worth 100k cats. I'll go down in history for this as a true ally of the Sheks. Now, normally, I would be unaffiliated with a faction, but it would be nice to have one friend, as I have 0 right now. I will take, there we go, 100. Oh, wait a minute. I totally did that wrong. I have to redo that. What I meant to say was I enjoyed the challenge. Okay, now we are an ally of the Sheks, and I edited that part very cleverly to make it look like I didn't click the wrong line. So now I am a Shek friend. Here I go, Steely Dan. Not only have I mastered the art of taijutsu in the absence of actually I have all the jutsu. I am the greatest warrior to ever live. I now have masterful stealth, as well as I've paid off my student loans, and I have 218,000 cats again. Amazing stuff. Slightly, our other stats have risen throughout this. Toughness, dexterity, even strength perhaps a little bit. Heavy weapons has pretty much just stayed where it started, but Steely Dan has now mastered all of the combat skills. Maybe a little bit further to go with dodge and defense, we could improve those, but in general, we have ascended the ninja training arc. I finally have some honor and discipline now. Amazing stuff. The way of nature has not led us astray. Remember, the way of nature is like a cup. And as you know, the rest is just philosophy handed down to us from Confucius himself, of course. Or something like that. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about Steely Dan for today. We have mastered many skills: thievery, toughness, heavy weapons and combat, martial arts, and stealth now. There's a little bit more to go. We still are not able to fight Catlon. Maybe we stand a small chance against Catlon now, as well as the ultimate NPC, Tin Fist, who has over 120 martial arts ability, which is just kind of absurd to say. So there is still some challenge left to be had, but Steely Dan is on his way to becoming one of the most powerful ninjas in the world. Stay tuned for what's up next. Let me know what you think, if there's any other things. Again, big shout out to my friend Frankie was here, who makes the best Kenshi videos. Go watch him if you haven't, you're really missing out. He makes great guides and more content on his channel to be seen. Go check it out. I will leave a link in the description, and I think that's about all I have to say for now. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed. My name's Ambiguous Amphibian. A big thanks to my patrons, who have seen the way of nature. Until next time.